Hello, I'm Max Leone, and this is the Traffic Simulator 1.0 Shortcomings and Wishlist video. In this video, I'll be going over the shortcomings, the things that we implemented but think could be better, and the wishlist, the things that we didn't get to this project. So, without further ado, I'll start with the simulator shortcomings. The first one is that the adjacency grid is not perfect. So to show you what I mean by that, this is the grid being generated from the GeoJSON data, and you can see that there's some edges here that are not perfect. These edges are generated because the data is not actually perfect. It consists of subgraphs that aren't fully connected, so in order to fully connect the graph, which is what is required by the algorithms, we had to generate some edges, and there could be a better way to generate these edges so that they don't cross over streets like this, and there could be a way to pre-process the data so that we don't have to generate these edges. So the next is the vehicle behavior. It's not perfect, it's pretty good, but you can see here that the cars are moving, they're stopping at intersections, they're speeding up. There's an issue with this edge that all the cars seem to be moving slower. And the reason for that is because the way that the car script works is that it moves them according to the number of points on the edge, and a curved edge has more points than a straight edge, so these move slower. And the way to fix it would be to create the script, a new script, or modify the existing script in order to compensate for that. It actually works out for the simulation because this creates sort of like a traffic jam situation, but it's not intended, so even if you did want this, it would be nice to be able to control that. And the last shortcoming for the simulator is the lack of controls and visual feedback. So to show you an example, here's the view of the entire simulation window. We have some controls here on the side to show hide the grid to stop the simulation. You can download the adjacency matrix, but there's not really much else as far as UI. You can see that the grid is giving some color feedback on which paths are being returned. You can click on these edges. Oops. So you could click on these edges and see some information about them as well as the nodes. But it would be nice if there was some, maybe a statistics window or something that gave you a little bit more information about what's going on exactly in a quantifiable way, not just a visual way, like total number of cars, total or average travel time, something like that. So that's it for the simulator. Now for the algorithm side. The first shortcoming is that some of the algorithms take a long time to initialize. What I mean by that is, so this is a call to the algorithm in the code, in the simulation code, to init the graph. And you can see it's using this algos to int variable here, which is just telling it which algorithms to initialize. Algorithm 0, Dijkstra's, algorithm 1, top-down integral. This is an array, so you can initialize as many algorithms as you want at a time. And it'll work quickly with Dijkstra's, but it's pretty slow if you try to initialize top-down or any others. So that's a shortcoming that the next team could work on, improve the speed. And the other shortcoming is that not all the algorithms from the book are fully implemented, so we just didn't have time. That's it for the shortcomings, for the algorithms. Now for the wish list. For the simulator, we want to redesign and implement the animated marker script like I talked about. That's the animated marker is the cars. So we want to look for a service to retrieve GeoJSON data in real time. I don't know if that's possible, but it's something to look into. And then we want to add more controls and statistics on the screen. For the algorithms, we would like to parallelize the top-down routing scheme to make it more efficient, and continue implementing algorithms in section 3.2. So that's it for the Traffic Simulator 1.0 Shortcomings and Wishlist video. I hope this is helpful to the next team that takes over, and good luck.